Law Simplified with Justice informs and educates on the law. This exciting and thought-provoking program is anchored by Justice Maduforo, a solicitor. Justice is persuasive, innovative and confident with the tenacity to take on complex topics and cases. With solid experience and expertise in making representations and advocacy in courts and tribunals, Justice provides a one-stop shop in immigration law, criminal law, employment law and contract law. For tailor-made legal advice, Law Simplified with Justice, bringing the best to the audience.
Your regular host, Justice Maduforo, will stand out in the favor of my client. And that is why when you come to see me, as I said, that was why I said that this program is not a legal advice, but an opinion. When you come to see me and I sit down to discuss with you, I am not only just discussing your case to tell me the story, I'm also picking out to see where I can grab evidence that we need. Those that you've missed, I will raise them with you. Now, probably they're just lying there under your bed or in your cupboard or in your bookshelf, or rather in your box, or even your computers. You may not know that you need them. That is where you need me to pick them out. And that may be the only information we need that will change the course of your application, that will change the course of the decision in court in your favor. That is what you need, ladies and gentlemen. That is what you need. That is what you need. Pick up this phone, give me a call, 079-3172-7597. And I will get you to come to the office. And I will sit down in a relaxed and informal manner and discuss your case, and I will give you full detailed advice based on the instruction I will extract from you. And they will give you all the options that are necessary to carry on your case. Obviously, while I'm advising you as well, I'm also advising you I will be advising and talking to you to increase your faith to believe that the applications which you want to lodge or you are going through would succeed. As a result of fact, I place success for us as I see my clients. And because I believe that God is very much able and is still doing the same miracles he does when it comes to applications, especially those outside the rules called discretionary leave to remain. The evidence we will package to put in there, and obviously with your faith, which I will extend with you to believe God that you will succeed. And there you leave the rest for God to deal with. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the spiritual aspect of it. But coming back to the legal aspect, the evidence is necessary because the caseworker who is going to be looking at your application, the judge who is going to be looking at your appeal, has already had evidence that are also casework guidance. They have policies before them. They look at this evidence that you have packaged before them. What is this? Sometimes you get to court and you've gone there representing yourself. The judge have asked you a simple question, have you got this? And you said no. And the judge's hands will be tied immediately. And from there, you will know that you are losing your case. But ladies and gentlemen, it is not possible for you to lose your merit simply because of a simple oversight. But that is why you need to have someone on your side. That is where you need me. That's where you need me. Give me a call and come to the office, and things will be clearer and better for you. As I did say, evidence. Now, in immigration applications, ladies and gents, there is a burden, there is a standard of proof that's required of every evidence or any party. Now, the standard of proof for any immigration cases is what is called probability, a balance of probability. The balance of probabilities means it is much more than not. It is not the standard that is required in the criminal court, which is beyond reasonable doubt. So you see that it's very low standard, which you need to prove in the immigration cases, but very high in criminal cases. Now, that is why the evidence coming there tends to tilt your case in your favor, because you now have this evidence that can assist you to bring more the balance of probability to move in your favor. No matter the application you're lodging, no matter the application you're lodging. In the next episode of this case, in this program, or the next episode, or the past one I've done, I'll discuss the changes in immigration law that is sweeping across everywhere. So that will be the topic that you will be rolling out to you in a very short period. So, ladies and gentlemen, the balance of probabilities is what you need under the burden of proof in immigration law. And it's so low. And why did we get it wrong if it's so low? Well, because of oversight, because we think we can do it better. But I can tell you now today that the court of law will look at the evidence that you've tendered. And as you all know, those of you in the point-based system, we all know that if you don't package your application at the right time with all the necessary documents and evidence, once the decision has been made by the Home Office, and that you have now an evidence that you ought to have provided, and you didn't provide it during the time you lodged the application under the point-based system, and so you know you cannot present it again. That means you've lost the whole application which you're entitled to simply because of an oversight. And that is why I do this program, so that you would know that you rest assured, relaxed, that all the evidence you need in order to achieve success in your application is well packaged and is well programmed, that once application is lodged in, it is all done. Now, ladies and gentlemen, moving a little bit into politics to bring in this idea of evidence to you, is to show that you know that the government of the United Kingdom, the coalition government, is much more determined to reduce the number of non-European migrants to the UK. And so as a result of that, sweeping decisions are taking place. And as a result of that, a lot of power is placed on the Home Office, the Secretary of State, to ensure that applications that do not have an evidence to support that applicant is refused. And as a result of that, so that they can achieve that target of reducing the non-European immigrants in the United Kingdom. You got to be aware of this. And that is why you will not miss that one last shot that you have. And that is to put the application once and for all and get it. And then that is why you need to make sure your evidence is well in order and foolproof. The evidence is important. The applications and all necessary documentation is also included in your application. It's also before the court. That's why when I do advocacy and represent applicants in the employment tribunal, that's what is called skeleton argument. This skeleton argument deals with the issues of pointing to evidence. And these are very convincing arguments, legal convincing arguments, backed up with rich case laws and statutes. And these are backed up to convince the judge to believe your story. And that is what I will do for you, ladies and gentlemen. You are in the right place, the right place. You need not look further. This is where you started, you ended with me. Give me a call, 079-3172-7597, and I'll get you to come to the office to take more instructions from you and advise you. Ladies and gentlemen, I also need to point out to you that because I'll be giving you a well-tailored advice, you may need to pay a consultation fee. A consultation fee that it is okay for you. And I can assure you that it's much better to have a well-tailored advice to build on, which is the foundation of anything you want to do, so that you don't get it wrong while you're building on. Because a lot of times we get it wrong. But that consultation that you will take will guide you. And it's just a fee, a token you pay to get that advice. And that's why I told you in this program, I just give my opinion, not legal advice, so that you will understand exactly what your case is and the chances you have and the strength of your case. Gentlemen, as I did say, it is important to make sure that you engage with the law. Get your applications in order. Evidence under the immigration law, the evidence that you need to present, you the applicant, you the claimant in the tribunal, what evidence do you have? How can it stand the scrutiny of the law? How can it stand the scrutiny of court procedures? You need to know that you need to harness these things properly, back it up. A lot of rely on issues that have not been repealed and not been purged out of the status or the policies or guidance, but they rely on it. But because that is old, long regime and guidance, they rely on it.
Law Simplified with Justice informs and educates on the law. This exciting and thought-provoking program is anchored by Justice Maduforo, a solicitor. Justice is persuasive, innovative, and confident with the tenacity to take on complex topics and cases. With solid experience and expertise in making representations and advocacy in courts and tribunals, Justice provides a one-stop shop in immigration law, criminal law, employment law, and contract law. For tailor-made legal advice, Law Simplified with Justice, bringing the best to the audience.
I am your regular host, Justice Maduforo.